Zoll versus Anderson, case number 2016-5237-DS. If all parties could please state their name for the record, starting with the plaintiff, Ms. Zoll.
Emma Zoll.
Your name, sir?
Dwight Anderson.
Good morning, everyone. Today's date and time set for hearing on a motion for show cause. This matter is being done by remote technology. The contents of this video may be the official record of a proceeding of the state of Michigan's Ninth Judicial Circuit. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or alteration of said content is strictly prohibited. You're here today for a motion to show cause. Ms. Zoll, are you representing yourself today?
Yes.
I'm going to have you speak up a little bit. What was that, Ms. Zoll?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, you're representing yourself today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there are allegations made, Mr. Anderson, that you should be held in contempt of court. She's asking for civil contempt due to the following alleged violations. Basically, that through the Our Family Wizard app, you were calling her names, making veiled threats. Number two, that you get out of your vehicle during the parenting time exchange. Number three, that you text her telling her it's her fault for him being late. Number four, you talk to the children about custody and parenting time. Do you admit any of those?
No.
Okay. So you're asking for a hearing, is that correct?
One thing I do admit, I did say I did call her one name on the Our Family Wizard app, but all the rest of those are false.
Okay. Well, we'll set it for a hearing. Ms. Zoll, what are you asking for if I do find him in contempt of court?
I am asking for the kids to be supervised visits, no overnight stays. I'm asking that he takes counseling for his anger and behavior issues, parenting, alcohol, substance abuse, and drug testing.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, Ms. Zoll, you have nothing about drug use in here. You have nothing that says the children are in danger. If you want to change the parenting time, you're going to have to file a motion with regards to that. If I find him in contempt of court, probably wouldn't put him in jail, but I would probably say this will never happen again while this case is with me. But if you want anything to do with drug tests or supervised parenting time, because none of the allegations except possibly talking to the kids, and how old are the kids?
8 and 10.
8 and 10. Other than talking to the kids about the case, there's really nothing that affects the children. But doesn't mean Mr. Anderson would be off scot-free. If I found he did these things, then he would have to answer to the court. But if you want all the other things like drug testing, you'll have to file a motion for a change in custody and or parenting time, okay?
Okay.
Okay. How many witnesses do you think you'll have, Ms. Zoll?
6.
6? Okay. Who are they going to be? Are there someone that witnessed the drop-off and exchanges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, that would answer whether or not he got out of the car. You could also bring in printouts of the Our Family Wizard. The court can also look at those. He admitted today that he did, he said one time called her name. Do you have texts presented by him?
I do. I have text messages from him to my son talking about court stuff.
Okay. And do you have any text messages from him to you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, how many witnesses do you think you'll have?
I'll have at least 4. And also, I would just question, I sent in paperwork prior. I've actually sent in text messages and things like this. I actually filled this motion out before I got the paperwork in the mail. And I was just wondering, did you guys receive that or anything of that matter from my side? I didn't even know she filled this paperwork out, and I filled out paperwork prior to this and only got her court date notice.
Did you email it or mail it physically?
I physically came in with a notarizer and everything through, I had it notarized and everything, official complaint. And they actually emailed me back stating my parenting time and everything else like that. And all of a sudden I did all my mailings and I got this paperwork from you guys. I never received a court date for anything I sent in, and I swear I sent in everything first and everything.
Okay.
I had a note. Yeah.
Well, did you schedule an appointment to come into the building? Because due to the pandemic, the building was shut for quite some time.
Oh, I mean, I didn't even have this. The building's open from what 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Open. You can walk in there, and before I scheduled an appointment, and also sent emails. I got records of that. I actually printed out the Our Family Wizard everything and sent it.
I'm not seeing it, but we'll double check. But we'll just deal with the motion to show cause when we get a hearing date. I'll set it for a half day. Look.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to parade in 10 witnesses. If you've been texting her and she's been texting back, you're both in violation. Okay?
Oh, no,
if you're swearing on the Our Family Wizard, you're in violation. If she has text, think about it long and hard. Maybe you did talk to the kid or send the kid texts about the case. That's a no-no. No harm, no foul. But if I bring in 10 witnesses and spend a half day on my docket and find out you did everything she said you did, we got problems. If you didn't, great. And ma'am, I'm going to want to know where these texts came from. So I'll set it for a half-day hearing, but I want both of you to think long and hard about your behavior. Mr. Anderson, do you have a copy of the June 17th, 2019 order?
June in front of me, no. But I know what it says because that's what they sent back to me. When I filed out.
Just answer my question. Do you have a copy of it or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Ms. Zoll, you have a copy of it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you both know that all communications are in the Family Wizard. There will be no texting. Neither party shall leave their respective vehicles during the parenting time exchanges, and neither party shall use any assaultive, threatening, or stalking behavior. Neither party shall discuss the other parent or issues regarding parenting time, child support, or custody with the minor children or in the presence of the minor children. I consider texting to be discussing the case. So I want you both to look at that order, make sure you're following it, and then we'll set it for a half-day hearing, and we'll see if what the evidence presents that day. Any questions, Ms. Zoll?
No, sir.
Any questions, Mr. Anderson?
Yes. During or before, during the court order, am I still allowed to see my children? Because I haven't seen my kids since June. And I was just wondering, is that still a court order that's supposed to be being followed? Like since before Father's Day, I haven't seen my kids because of no reasoning. Actually,
Okay, hold on. You say you haven't seen your kids. You asked a question. Let me answer the one question at a time. Number one, it is on page 2 of the June 17th, 2019 order. It is hereby ordered that the defendant is awarded parenting time with the minor children named Lincoln Edward Anderson, date of birth, and McKinley Jean Anderson, date of birth, on alternate weekends from Friday at 7 Eastern Standard Time to Sunday at 7 Eastern Standard Time. Alternate weekends shall begin on Friday, May 10th, 2019. Defendant may also exercise parenting time at all other times at which the parties mutually agree. So it looks like you were supposed to have every other weekend.
Yeah, I haven't got that. I missed my Father's Day also, holiday.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you getting that parenting time every other weekend?
No, I'm not, because of reasons beyond my I don't even know why. Not every time I call, no answer on my Thursdays that we have in paperwork.
I have not called.
Ms. Zoll, is he getting every other weekend parenting time?
He is not, since my daughter was molested at his home.
At my son's mother's home.
Ma'am, stop. Mr. Anderson, don't say a word. Ms. Zoll, if you don't file a motion, he is to get his parenting time. You're violating my court order.
I have filed a motion that was denied. I filed 2.
Well, then you gotta follow the court order.
I keep filing emergency reliefs and paying money for them, and they keep being denied. I explained.
And when they're denied, they're usually set for a hearing.
There was no hearing set. I explained everything that happened very clearly in what I filed and why I had.
1 second. What was that? Hey, ma'am, you have to come in to schedule the hearing.
I drove up there 3 times.
Okay.
And filed these people, what I was supposed to file. This is the
Well,
only one
maybe
that
you
I
need to
got.
hire an attorney. I expect the
I
orders to be
did that
filed.
before.
You have allegations. Have there been police reports done?
Yes, we just
Have there
closed
been
the case.
charges?
The boy was just sentenced, and Dwight never even showed up to the court hearing for his daughter.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Okay.
Can
No,
I say
you can't, Mr. Anderson.
Okay.
You can't. We're not going to debate this. File a motion. Ms. Zoll, come on in today. We're open till what time? We're open until
Okay.
5 now. You can
Okay.
file a motion, and if it gets denied on the ex parte, you can ask for it to be set with a hearing official.
Okay.
We can't just deny parenting time without a motion. So file your motion again if you want this week, and then we'll address it from that point.
Okay.
I'll set this matter for a half day. We'll get a date.
We can do August 26th at 1:30.
Sounds great to
Does
me.
that work?
Yes.
And will I be able to see my kids before then, or like?
All prior orders remain in effect. So if I don't get an order filed by Ms. Zoll, I expect the orders to be followed. All right, we'll see you folks here, be by Zoom, August 26th at 1:30. Have all exhibits exchanged 14 days before hearing. And witness list exchange 14 days before hearing. That means you need to let each other know who are your witnesses and what exhibits you have, you must let each other know. And printouts by Zoom and text need to be exchanged 14 days in advance. Is that clear, Ms. Zoll?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions by anybody?
I just, no, last question I only have is, so it's, because like I said, I haven't seen my kids since, I don't know, June, whatever. I just don't know when's my next weekend now. So I don't know if my next weekend's this weekend or the next one.
Ms. Zoll, do you know which weekends are which?
I couldn't hear what was being said. Sorry.
Ms. Zoll, do you know which weekend is his? Is it this weekend or the following weekend?
It would be the following weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
So that'll be his parenting time unless I receive a motion suspending
If I come
otherwise.
up and
Until
file
then, the all
something
prior
today-
orders remain in effect.
If I come up today and file my motion.
Well, the court will review it. Just because there are allegations does not mean we suspend parenting time. So if you file it today or tomorrow, yes, we will look at it. But if the court says, no, we need a hearing, we need due process, that does not mean just because you file, it's automatically suspended. Okay, all prior orders remain in effect. We'll see you folks.